Hello everyone and welcome to my Royal Family Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 2 words had an utterly devastating effect on the king, leaving Charles utterly crushed by Harry's low blow. For years, there had been a glimmer of hope that the spoiler would eventually depart and find a way to reconcile with the king. However, all of those expectations were shattered when he uttered a phrase that changed everything in an instant. Greetings and a very warm welcome to the Queen News YouTube channel, where we find ourselves comparatively short, a mere 3.5 years, into the whirlwind of turmoil that has culminated in the British Duke and his wife abandoning their royal duties to relocate to the US, opting to share their deepest emotions with the world like a couple of leaky emotional taps. Unfortunately, tragically, there seems to be no end in sight yet, as the saga continues to unfold before our eyes. And to our collective surprise, earlier this year, a seemingly innocuous set of words escaped Prince Harry's lips, a phrase that, unbeknownst to all of us, would have far-reaching consequences. Though we are uncertain about the specifics of their upcoming public relations endeavors, one thing is evident: they will be nothing short of absurd, as Meghan Markle's actions spiral further into an uncontrollable abyss. The only recognizable pattern amidst this disarray is the constant revolving door of PR advisors and lawyers, each one departing with slightly less compensation than their predecessor, while Meghan and Harry's bank account continues to dwindle into uncertainty. The picture painted is rather alarming. One can only imagine that inside Meghan's head, her thoughts are divided into 2 tumultuous halves. On one side lies a scheming, manipulative, and controlling persona, while the other is a complete mess, akin to a fireworks factory meeting an explosive end. The outcome of this internal conflict is something truly frightful to behold. No matter how hard they try to repair their public image through PR campaigns, it will hardly be enough to sway those who have already chosen their stance, leaving Meghan stranded with few steadfast supporters. This reality is significant because no amount of damage control can halt the inevitable continuation of this ever-worsening train wreck. While Harry may still manage to escape the wreckage with some semblance of his former life intact, Meghan's relevance is destined to be confined to the realm of obscure and forgotten celebrities, relevant only to people similar to Nurse Ratched. The epic saga of the century is destined to come to a close, but not before Meghan makes one final, dramatic attempt to salvage her tarnished reputation, a move that will undoubtedly culminate in an absolutely catastrophic conclusion. One thing is certain, though: Meghan will never gracefully fade away into obscurity, as much as some might wish for it. The spotlight will forever be on her, given her history. Let us rewind to the pivotal moment in January when Harry unleashed his magnum opus of childhood anguish and resentment onto the world. As people around the globe read about Harry's intimate encounters behind a pub and his apparent distress over having to buy his own sofa, the 2 words he used in his narrative managed to inflict a deep wound on the king's heart. Camilla Tominey, an employee of the Telegraph, had disclosed Harry's romantic involvement with a relatively unknown actress long before she became a part of the royal family. Now, she resurfaces to paint a rather grim picture of the state of affairs between His Majesty and Meghan and Harry. The situation seems to be filled with immense pain and hopelessness, akin to those stuck in a never-ending Taylor queue. As one former aide noted, while it's true that Charles loves his son, it is no secret that behind palace gates, he was profoundly devastated by Harry's description of Queen Camilla as his wicked stepmother, someone dangerous, and a villain who left bodies in the street. This reveals a crucial aspect of the king's character. Despite being one of modern history's most renowned individuals entangled in infidelity, he has only ever had a single partner, a woman he has tirelessly fought for over the course of decades so that she could rightfully stand by his side. For over 30 years, Charles has remained utterly devoted to Camilla, a woman who knows her way around a pack of Benson and Hedges cigarettes and a good bottle of wine. Their enduring love story, which may not appear romantic at first glance, is the reason why those 2 words, wicked stepmother, hit the king so deeply, surpassing a boundary that may prevent any chance of reconciliation with his son in the near future. Recent accounts from one of Her Majesty's long-standing friends shared with the Daily Beast by Tom Sykes shed light on the aftermath of Harry's remarks about Camilla. They suggest that Harry was fully aware of the impact his words would have, and predictably, the outcome has been unfavorable. Charles genuinely loves Camilla and holds her in high regard, even going so far as to make her queen. As a result, he does not react well to any criticism directed at her. Another close associate of the king and queen conveyed to Sykes that there might have been a sliver of hope for reconciliation if it weren't for the release of Harry's book. However, Charles was dismayed and deeply hurt by the words Harry wrote about him and Camilla. For anyone who may still cling to the hope of a father-son reunion, it is probably time to abandon such aspirations. According to Tammany, the state of royal relations remains at an all-time low. The royal relatives show no urgency in mending the rift or extending an olive branch. Interestingly, a royal insider revealed that the Netflix documentary produced by Harry and Meghan was largely perceived as unremarkable, not causing much concern. However, when Harry's book was released, it reset the dynamics and reignited tensions, taking everything back to square one. Let's not forget that any member of the royal family, including the king, refrains from reaching out to Harry via phone due to the fear that anything they say might become material for a future publication. An insider who spoke with The Telegraph highlighted the lack of trust necessary to maintain a good and open relationship. How can one speak freely without the risk of their words appearing in a future volume? Meghan and Harry have seemingly exhausted their stockpile of palace revelations, leaving them with little option but to resort to hosting their next royal broadside via Instagram Live. The once formidable threat they posed to the stability of the monarchy seems to have diminished. Buckingham Palace, it appears, has made a conscious decision to move on from the Sussexes. One insider revealed to Tammany that leading up to the Queen's death and the subsequent coronation, the royal institution had to respond accordingly. However, with no major royal events on the immediate horizon, the Sussexes are no longer the central topic of strategy meetings. The situation is reminiscent of a grieving process, characterized by anger over what transpired and sadness over what could have been. Nevertheless, a glimmer of hope for a brighter future remains, where father and son can reconcile and embrace one another. Inside Charles and Camilla's private residence, photographs of the entire Sussex family reportedly still occupy prominent positions, a subtle reminder that perhaps, someday, reconciliation is possible. To quote Alexander Pope, Charles still harbors humble hope within his heart. Now, I am eager to hear your perspective on Harry's betrayal. Please share your opinion in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family who may find it relevant. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our Royal Family Fans channel for future updates. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in our upcoming videos.